Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So hey you guys, welcome back. Y'all, it has been a crazy couple of days. Should have watched my birthday vlog, so if you haven't, pause this video and go watch my last video so you guys can see what my quarantine birthday vlog consists of. Okay, so if you've already done that, come on back, we're finna have a story time. Okay, so as you guys can see, I am in my pajamas, real relaxed, real cool. Excuse me if you hear my fan in the background. It was like 93 degrees today here in LA and it's hot, and I was gonna open up the windows, but we just gonna leave the fan going. Okay, so you guys, literally when I talk to people who, you know, ask me what's dating life like in LA, honey, it's the ghetto. But I literally have so many freaking stories about, like, horror stories, good stories, just about like my experience here, you know, dating in LA. And it's just like things that people probably would never even like believe happened to me, but honey child, unfortunately it did. So today's story time, I'm gonna be telling you guys about a time where homegirl got caught up. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title this story time, but it's a little shady. Okay, my story times are a little shady because the shade was thrown to me. If the shade was not thrown to me, then I wouldn't have a shady story time, but unfortunately I do. There's gonna be two additional characters in this story, so we're gonna call the guy, let's call him Daniel. Okay, and then we're gonna call the girl in this story time, we're gonna call her Amanda. So basically this story time takes place like around my early 20s. I was just kind of like experimenting, dating, you know, different types of people. And again, I have to say this in all my story times, you guys, dating does not mean what? Okay, so don't get that confused. Just because you date someone doesn't mean that these people are even seen your bed, okay, let alone, you know. Okay, I was just basically experimenting, you know, dating different types of people. I wanted to kind of like get out of my comfort zone and, you know, try like different types of like men, like just to see, like, you know, you kind of have an idea of what your type is, but it's just like, what if that's not your type? You won't know unless you try something else. There was this guy, we actually met in a different state or whatever, but he was moving to LA or whatever, or so he said, honey. And obviously at the time I was living in LA, so I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So we chit-chatted, we talked here and there, whatever. And this guy, you guys, he was not my type. Like I said, I was trying different things, but like now looking back on it, like I realized he just really was like not my type. Like physically, for one, he just wasn't what I would go for. Like he kind of like, and no shade because I love 21 Savage, like, you know what I'm saying, but he kind of looked like 21 Savage, like, but like the off-brand version, not like 21 Savage, like, you know what I'm saying. So he kind of looked like him. It was weird. So we would chit chat, we would talk, we would, you know, converse, text, whatever, you know, like just kind of get to know each other, things like that. And so it was weird because like he would always, like, Daniel, I think that's what we named him, hopefully we named him Daniel, but Daniel will always get like super upset with me randomly. Like it could be a picture I posted, if I didn't respond back fast enough to him, if I wasn't showing him enough attention, like he would just get mad at me like all the time. Like it was crazy. And then also with Daniel, he was very like aggressive. Like he always was like our conversations, even in the beginning of us talking, was always like us moving together and living together, and oh, when are we gonna get an apartment together, I want to live with you. He's like, there's nothing wrong with a man wanting to take it to the next step, but so soon and so fast, it's like, what are your motives and why, like, why do you want to live with me, like, you know. And so of course I wouldn't entertain the conversation like that so much because it's just like, I don't even really know you like that to even be entertaining a conversation about us living together. But that was like always like his thing, like, oh, when are we gonna live together, da, da, da. yeah, we just kind of like, we would fall off, and then like he would like get a new number and then like hit me back up, and like it was just weird. So like it wasn't working. Like I think I ended up just like kind of letting him go, whatever, and talking to somebody else. But he would just always pop in and out with like a new number because I would always block him, and he would just like hit me up or whatever. And I always knew it was him because the state that he was from, it would always be, well, the city that he was from, it would always be that area code. So yeah, so bam, that was like our thing. Like he was just, I would just block him, he would hit me back up, oh I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and I really wouldn't even entertain that because I was probably talking to somebody else or doing my own thing. So I didn't really pay it too much mind. So randomly this one day he ended up moving back to the state or whatever that he was from, and so I was like, good, like, you know, great. And one day it was crazy because, you know, he called me like out of the blue, like randomly out of the blue. So we're just talking and he's telling me how his life is going. I didn't really ask, but he was just updating me or whatever. So, you know, we're talking and we're chit-chatting and he's just telling me these things, and I'm like, all right. And so I guess he could kind of feel my vibe that I really wasn't into the conversation because, again, like I had moved on. Like I just knew it was no future with him. Like I was entertaining him, which I probably shouldn't have because I already knew like there's no future with you, but I just wasn't, you know. And so again, like I told y'all in the beginning, he literally always got mad at me. Like he would just spaz out. Like we could be talking and then like literally that's how he was. So yeah, like he had one of those moments. So I'm like, what the like, what, why are you acting like that? And he was just like, you know what, Candace, you know, you just think you're just so much better than me and everyone in this world. You just think you're just so much better. And I'm like, first of all, where did that come from? Second of all, you haven't even been around me enough to even like concoct that idea. Yeah, I was like, you haven't even been around me enough to even concoct that type of like theory about me, but whatever, because you know, people are gonna always talk mess, you know what I'm saying? But if you know yourself and you treat yourself, those things don't even phase you, because it's just like, you know, and I'm learning that like if you know yourself, it don't matter what people tell you, you know. And so I was just like, okay, like yeah, I'm so like nonchalant, it's crazy. Like, and so then he goes to tell me, y'all, this is where it gets really like, this is where it gets just crazy, and I can't even believe like this even happened. Like I can't believe that women are like this. So then he goes on to tell me like, yeah, you know, even girls in your city think that you like that. And I'm like, girls in my city, like, you know, I know a lot of females, you know what I'm saying, in my city because I was born and raised in my city, you know what I'm saying. My name is, you know, I am who I am in my city. No shade or no, you know, but I am who I am, like, you know. But I don't know beef with nobody, you know what I'm saying. And I pretty much have the same circle since high school, you know what I'm saying. And everybody loves me. Like, who doesn't love Candace? Again, I'm still on the phone like, okay, whatever, you know, you're just, you know. And I'm like, okay, so who don't love me in my city? Like, who don't, you feel me? And so he tells me, well, for one, this girl named Amanda, she told me all types of stuff about you. And so I'm like, Amanda? Who is Amanda, right? And y'all, I genuinely, when he said the name of this girl, and obviously her name is not Amanda, y'all, but when he said the name of this girl, I genuinely did not know who she was. I was like, who is Amanda? Like, and he was like, Amanda something something, and gave me her last name. And I'm like, her name don't ring a bell in my mind, so I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I don't know who Amanda is, but let me go to my Instagram and go to my following list and just see, like, is there an Amanda that follows me? Is he making this up? Like, who is this Amanda? But at the same time, I'm like, you know, he's capping, like, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of back his story up. But I'm like, let me just, you know, let me just take a wick at it, you know, let me just see. So yeah, my Instagram, and I go to the list of people who followed me, typed in Amanda's name, and Amanda popped up. And I noticed that Amanda was a mutual friend with me and Daniel. Now, pause, let's put a little cliff note right here. So boom, Daniel done told me about Amanda. He's enraged and he's about to spill the beans about Amanda. But before we get to that, let me give you the history on Amanda. All right, so boom, no shade, no, you know, no shade, whatever, but I'm gonna just give y'all the history on Amanda. So I don't know Amanda. I've never met Amanda a day in my life. Okay, I don't know her. I've never met her. I just don't know the girl. She is like a YouTuber. She is from my city. I know she's younger than me. She's a person who went to a school that one of my friends went to in high school. So she was, I think, yeah, she's younger than me. So she went to the same school that like I had a friend that went to that school or whatever. And so I was basically, so my friend that went to that school, she was dating someone at that school who, you know, her friend basically liked me, right? And it was like this kind of big thing because it was like, this is my friend's significant other, and my friend's significant other, you know, had a crush on me or whatever. And so we would always hang out together. We would always, you know, vibe and, you know, be together because that was my friend and that was her significant other. But it didn't come out until like the end that her significant other liked me. Get what I'm saying? So, but we will always be together. Like before that was a known thing. Like we will always be together because we was cool. Mind you, this was back in high school. So basically, fast forward, her significant other ended up low-key like spreading rumors, putting a lot of things out there about me because her significant other liked me. That was my friend's significant other, number one, and number two, like I just, you know. And so basically that person ended up like spreading rumors about me or whatever, like, you know. And it really wasn't like that big of an ordeal. Again, y'all, this is back in high school, but it wasn't even that big of an ordeal. But, you know, it was something amongst that school. You know what I'm saying? Not my school, but their school. So Amanda went to that school, you know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I really knew that is because, you know, I would see her sometimes, but she wasn't like popular or nothing. So, you know, she followed me and she followed my best friend. I don't even know when in life, but she did when Instagram came out. You know, and I think I followed her back at one point, but then like, you know, I don't know her, so it was just like whatever. But I know she followed me and my best friend. And so she would always like my pictures, comment, you know, show mad love to me. You know what I'm saying? Amanda always showed like mad love. But I didn't follow Amanda, not purposely, but at the time when I was like on Instagram, I just didn't want to follow nobody who I didn't want to see. Like, not like that, but I really didn't know the girl, so I didn't follow her. So yeah. But she would always like pictures and stuff like that. But I don't know, something about her, and now it all resonates, like, you know, something about her just rubs me the wrong way. Like, I don't know. So fast forward, Daniel tells me about Amanda talking mess. So I'm like, okay, do tell. Because at this point, I'm like, she does follow me. They are mutual friends. What's going on? So he tells me that some months ago, prior to, you know, I guess him moving back to the state, he started dealing with her. And so he said that one day he was at her house and he was laying in her bed, and I guess she was in the room or walked out of the room, and he was on his phone, but his phone was opened up on Instagram. He was on my Instagram. So he was laying like in her bed and she was walking around doing whatever, and he was on my Instagram just going through my feed, liking pictures, commenting. Again, like this is what he will always do, but you know, he was in her house doing it. And so basically she I guess she caught him doing it, and he said basically she was just like, why are you on Candace's page? Like, Candace, she's this, she's that. Basically all the rumors that happened years ago at high school, she basically like said all over again to him to basically assassinate my character, basically. And so just basically talking all this mess. And so I asked him, I said, so what did you do like during that time? Like, what did you say? Like, what did you do? And he was like, well, I got up and left. You know what I'm saying? Because she was pissing me off. And so I was like, okay, whatever. Whether or not that part happened, who knows, because men are just shady. But, you know, I just thought to myself, it's crazy that like somebody would have to pillow talk to another man make it seem as if, okay, I'm gonna put myself in Amanda's shoes. So boom, I'm laying in bed, my man's who I'm kicking it with, he's on Instagram, and I see him on a page of a girl who I don't like or just I see him on any girl page, right? You know what I'm saying? Just any girl. First thing I'm gonna do is, you need to get out of my house, because if you're looking at her or you're on her feed liking pictures or whatever he was doing and she felt like it was disrespectful, kick him out of your house and be done with him. You don't have to convince this person of who I am or who I'm not just because he's not showing you the same attention. That's all I'm saying. So me and Daniel had that conversation, and you know what I'm saying, I like basically hung up with him, because whether or not, like, okay, so for one, I knew that these were facts, you guys, okay, because Daniel's not from here, he didn't go to school here, and again, the only people that would know these types of rumors and what took place back in the day would be someone who went to that school. So I knew he wasn't lying about that. There was no way he was lying about that. He couldn't have made that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything he was telling me was like, I know he was telling me the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that that was facts. But anything past that, I didn't want to talk to him anyway. So I was just like, whatever, right? But you know, I keep information in the, you know. So I never said nothing to Amanda. I never hit her up. With that ordeal with them happened like months to a year past me and him having that conversation. So, you know, it wasn't worth me bringing it up to her, especially since I didn't even want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But I never said nothing because, again, like, I didn't follow her. She followed me and she followed my best friend. So I was like, whatever. So I just made a little mental note, whatever. You know, months go by, months go by, months go by, you know. I'm always posting like things on my story in like relation to my YouTube, so to my channel basically. So if I post like a video, I'll post like a snippet there or whatever, you know, just little stuff like that on my story, because you know that's obviously what people do to promote their business, their stories, whatever. So I had posted something and she wrote me and she said, hey Candace, you know, I would love to collab with you one day. I would love for us to do a video together. We need to conjoin forces and just make that happen, or something like that, right? Read the message, and I could have did one or two things. I could have told her exactly everything that this man told me, or B, left it alone, because I'm just like, number one, by me telling this girl what he told me, like, it's not me confirming it with her, but it's just like, girl, I know that's what I know you told him that. You know what I'm saying? And then B, I'm not about to collab with you. I'm not about to do that with you. I would never put my name on any type of product, material, project, or content that deals with another woman who will downplay another woman to get a man. Let me say that again. I would never put my name on any project, content, anything with another woman who will talk down about another woman to get a man. I will never. That's the only way that I see it, because why else would you talk that much mess about me? You know what I'm saying? Regardless of, but what did you expect me to say? Oh, word, she's like that? Well, dang, let me get off her Instagram and pay attention to you because I'm laying up in your house. Boo, I'm pretty sure he wasn't only on my page. He's probably on a lot of other girls' pages, but because you've seen a familiar face, you know what I'm saying, that was your opportunity to drag my name in the mud. And because you didn't know and still don't know that I know this, you want to hit me up and ask me if we can collab. I don't do that. I don't do that. I blocked her because I'm just like, at this point, I'm not about to have a conversation with you about a situation that took place years ago, B, rumors that took place damn near a decade ago. I'm not about to do that. I'm grown, okay? Even at the time, like, I'm grown, you know what I'm saying? So I blocked her. I was just like, whatever. So mind you guys, she still followed my best friend. So, you know, occasionally here and there, my best friend would tell me she would like pictures and stuff like that. But, you know, the things that she would comment on and the things she would say, like my best friend would tell me, like, you know, it's just really, really weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really, really weird. Kind of like an obsession type of thing. And I've never experienced nothing like this before. But it was just weird to me because I know if I'm talking mess about somebody, you know what I'm saying, to a man, which I would never do, like, I'm not gonna follow you on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like and comment on your pictures and, oh my god, you're so pretty, da, 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 we're both from LA, let's collab, we both do this, and da, da. No. Okay, honey, you and I are not in the same, we're not in the same league. We're just not. Okay, we're just not. And I'm talking about morals, okay? we're not in the same league. So no, I won't. We're not gonna collab. We're not gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? So to this day, I don't think homegirl knows unless he went back and pillow talked to her and told her like, oh yeah, I ended up telling Candace. Whoop. If he did, whatever, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to this man, and I for damn sure don't want to be friends with her. But it was just crazy because I've never experienced nothing like that, where again somebody would literally pillow talk and tell somebody some stuff about somebody else, you know, just to make themselves look good or to convince that person not to mess with that person. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so crazy to me. Like, and I stopped talking to Daniel, and it got so out of hand, you guys. Like, months after that baby hit me up and asked me to pay for him an Uber to work in a whole nother state, and I hadn't even talked to him in like months. Like, and I just ignored him too. I'm like, what do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? And it's just so crazy to me, you guys, because there's been so many situations where I've been tested, but I've been tested in the ways of, you know, you have the opportunity to say and do X, Y, and Z. Are you going to do it? You know what I'm saying? And I just don't. But like, I peep everything. You know what I'm saying? Anything that needs to be brought to my attention, it always is. So it was just one of those things where it was just like, if she ever asked, or, you know, we ever cross paths, like I said, she is a YouTuber. She's a YouTuber for sure. And what made me think of this story time is that I had a story time that I did a couple of weeks ago, and somebody had screenshotted my story time to let me know like they were watching it. But you know when you're watching a YouTube video and then the suggested videos are below it, her video was one of them. So it made me think like, oh wow, that's so-and-so, you know, she's a YouTuber, whatever. I respect her work, you know what I'm saying? I respect her craft. I respect all people who, you know, decide that they want to be content creators and influencers and things like that. But that don't mean that we gonna collab just because we from the same city. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put my name on nothing that I don't agree with. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. That was my story time about I don't know what we gonna call this video. Maybe a pillow talking YouTuber, shady friends, but I can't even call her a friend because she was never my friend, and it never ended up being my friend. I don't know what we gonna call this story time, but thank you guys so freaking much for tuning in every single time. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.